week. It's Monday, June 27th. We're going to give you guys an update on Bitcoin and Ethereum analysis. First, we'll take a look at Bitcoin here, trading at 21,389 at the moment. If you can see that, we are right in our T line right here, our 8 EMA, but we're still under one of our main indicators being the 34. So still far from being bullish on the longer term charts on the daily here, on the weekly here. We do see some rounding up to the upside, but still very bearish on the long term charts. But what I want to bring to attention is that when we are bearish on those more longer term charts, we do have to look at the more shorter time frame charts to see if we are building some more bullish momentum. So if we look at our hourly here, if we are above all of our moving averages here, trading up, our stochastics right here are showing some potential downside. However, we are trading up above our 34 here. We could see some more potential downside to retest the 34th, retest the 144th, and then send us up further. And I also wanted to take a look at the 4-hour here. So if we look at the 4-hour here, we're seeing some very good setups, and these charts hold a lot more sustainable than our 1-hour charts. If we could see that we started our blast strat here back on June 23rd, and we've continuing to hold this 34. So as long as we hold this 34 EMA right here, I do see us testing further once we break through this area right here and testing our 89 EMA here at 22,200. Something else to take into consideration is the first low right here that was made at around 17.5 on Bitcoin. We have made a higher low. With that higher low, we have made a higher high right here and a higher high right here. So far the trend is showing upwards. Our stochastics here look good for another move up. So we're really looking to clear this 21.7 to push us back up higher, test the 89 here, break through this here, and just like our Thanos strat says, we can push all the way up to 23.6 and then eventually push us up to 26,000 here. And you can see that the volume shelf here is pretty low, so we can have a nice run up here as long as the stock market continues up with it. Futures did open green, so markets are looking bearish in the short term, not so much in the long term just yet. So let's just keep that in mind. But as long as this continues up to the upside, if we look at our daily chart also shows 26,000 as the 34 EMA. So if we break over this T line here on the daily chart, and we have a candle open and close green above the 8 EMA, for example, like this. Just let me change the color real quick. You know, if we see a green candle like this here, open and close above the 8 EMA T line, expect us to run up to the green 34 to retest this average. Now here we'll obviously have to take into some consideration to see what happens here, to see if we reject here, push down further low, or the opposite, we do break over the 34 and then we actually end up pushing up higher to these levels up here. But the way to trade this now is to just take it one shorter time frame chart at a time. See what happens here. Play the Thanos strat, play the averages above you, and then play this low volume shelf or sleeping giant strat that we've talked about in the past, and trade this up to the upside. Now, if I did post Ethereum on the watch list today, and you're seeing the same setup there as Ethereum, they've been running pretty much neck and neck with each other. So here is the 4-hour chart here on Ethereum. If you can see, the same thing was done here. The low was made, and then we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then now we're just seeing what happens here. You could see that the 89 EMA here was tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days now. So another day it being tested here. If I do this, you could see that currently this 4-hour candle has rejected the 89 EMA, but it's still above this 8 EMA here. So if as long as we're holding this zone right here, we should see some more continued upside pressure, trade us up to our fibs that I had drawn that you can see on the watch list, but then trade up to the 144 EMA here at 1360, eventually taking us to 1500, which is the 200 MA on the daily chart. I'm sorry, on the 4-hour chart. One thing to consider here on Ethereum, that unlike Bitcoin, you've now had 1, 2, 3 candles actually open and close above the 8 EMA T line. So this does actually show us a much stronger indication of us reading this 1560 to 1600 target on Ethereum. One thing to consideration though on the daily is that the stochastics are up pretty high. So if we could see a pullback to retest this 1190 1200 level, which is the 8 EMA T line, before we do go back up to 1560 1600 range. So my thoughts are, if we continue to see the pressure in the stock market continue up, a major level to look at the stock market is SPY at 392. If we hold those levels, we will push up to about 400. If we do push up to 400, very, very strong sign that the continued market will follow after hours. All right, guys, take care. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll be here. Bye.